Chiefs. Oh, wait, that was last night. Tonight it's all about Bristol. It's Bristol, baby. Junior calling the Xfinity race. Yay. Since I won't get to hear him tomorrow night, at least I'll get to hear him tonight. I'll be right back. Okay. Time to let y'all enjoy me for the one race you'll have me for this weekend. It takes about 2 hours and 20 minutes, give or take, to get to Bristol. So I'm leaving here around 2 tomorrow so we can stop and eat and all that good stuff and get there in plenty of time. Did not have a productive day today. And I'm coughing because I just ate because I didn't sleep good last night and I woke up at like 8:30 this morning. And then I took like 2 naps this afternoon. And the second nap I took, I didn't wake up until about 6:30. So I'm still kind of waking up, and I woke up at 8. I don't like eating right before I get on because I cough a lot, but we here now. Excuse me, that was a bad cough. What's up? I took a long shot tonight. Brandon Jones at 20-1. You know, I don't like Junior Motorsports signing Brandon Jones for next year, but at least next year I'll be able to cheer for the 9 car again. Fat dude playing the guitar, time for a race. Oh yeah, because I won't get to show this off tomorrow night. Check my desktop background. Yeah. In that picture, you will see a winner. A 2-time winner. I like guys who win. Jeremy Clements has been reinstated into the playoffs. Jeremy Clements, a rare NASCAR appeal win. They appealed it, and it got overturned. Usually appealing something to NASCAR is a lot like when the NFL let teams challenge pass interference for that one season. Remember that? And the referees would just always be like, nope, not overturning it. Oh, Bristol, I can't wait to be in you tomorrow. I love saying uncomfortable shit like that. Bristol, I can't wait to be in you tomorrow. Last race of the regular season for Xfinity. Hamrick 37 of the good should be fine. Castle 19 of the good needs to have an okay day. Sieg 19 out. Creed 32 out needs to win. Brandon Brown needs to win. Alfredo needs to win. Herbst locked in on points.
As always, if you're not locked in and you're below that line, you win, you advance into those playoffs. And that's what all of these drivers are trying to do tonight.
I'm glad last night was a profit-filled night for one of us.
Let's get the engines fired.
The only profit I seem to be making these days is at my job.
And now, for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin.
I hate that I'm not there tonight because Xfinity at Bristol's the best.
Start your engine.
Xfinity at Bristol and Darlington, man. And Martinsville.
38 cars have come to life. Now the drivers will be wheeling them around this half mile.
Michael, I thought about taking Mayer because I heard Noah on Door Bumper Clear said he thinks Sam Mayer's going to shock people and win because Mayer's pretty good here. But I just took Brandon Jones the long shot because he's not the best, but he'll survive probably. He'll be there at the end. I was either going to take Sam Mayer or Brandon Jones. Went with Brandon Jones. Be right back. I'm happy to say, after all the napping I did today, I feel pretty well rested. Michael, do you have my betting statistics? Because I never keep up, and I always forget after like 2 weeks, whatever I won the 2 weeks before or whatever. We need betting and win statistics. Can I get my own page on Racing Reference? Music. I have never seen a finish that made me wish I was at a race more than the Xfinity race at Bristol last year. I went to the Cup race the next night and got plenty of drama there, but I'm sure something will happen tonight that'll make me feel dumb for not being there. We should have went to this. I should have pushed Dylan to go to this. Especially once I saw the weather's going to be good this weekend. We wouldn't have to go make an extra trip to go back if a race got postponed. We should have went.
The starting grid will roll across the left side of your screen. Gives Barry making up row.
Heard the truck race kind of sucked balls.
Side of the playoff picture, Sheldon Creed looking for every point, possibly a win here. Junior, dial him up on the radio.
Hey Sheldon, it's Dale Junior in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Damn, I've won around 500. It don't feel like I have, Michael. Damn, I didn't realize I'd won that much. That's pretty good. I appreciate you for letting me do that. Can't bet here in North Carolina, or I probably would.
Yeah, listening to you today and watching your car, you're really, really loose, and now we're at night. How do you think the track's going to change? What kind of adjustments you guys do to get that thing dialed in?
Never been here in the Xfinity car.
It's a small detail, but I like the yellow line around the bottom at Bristol being back. You know, I know it was back last year. Could have won more last week, Michael. I almost bet on Bubba,
Busy tonight, got a lot in front of
but I
us.
chickened out.
Thanks for talking to us. Good luck.
That's what I get.
And a lot of pressure on his shoulders as he's trying to make the playoffs, this is the final opportunity. For more stories before the green flag flies, let's go to Dylan Welsh.
And Rick, last year, A.J. Allmendinger won this race and the regular season championship, sliding across the finish line and then crashed in turn number 1 after the checkered. Tonight they come back into Bristol, going for their second
I think
straight
Dylan got his A.J. Allmendinger Bristol race win.
They haven't always felt like they've had the fastest car. They come here to Thunder Valley feeling like maybe this is their best shot to win on an oval this season. So it's an important night for this 16 team, not only because of the playoff bonus points on the line, but because this win would be a great reward for 25 weeks worth of dedication and effort, and a big shot in the arm too to kick off their pursuit of a championship, Kim.
Well, Ty Gibbs is 38 points behind A.J. Allmendinger in the battle for the regular season championship and those extra 15 playoff points. And I talked to crew chief Chris Gale this morning on how they're feeling. And although they're still in contention, he acknowledged A.J. and that number 16 team would have to have a lot of problems in the race to give their team a shot at it. So he said getting the
We've been blessed. I'm going to jinx this. We've been blessed with good weather for Bristol this weekend. Then again, I said that for Darlington.
Just looking for a solid day with hopefully at least one stage win. And Dave, they have set themselves up very well for that by taking the pole here.
Put me on the Larson parlay.
What a time to be Noah Gregson. 5 race wins, including the last 2. And coming to this race, crew chief Luke Lambert told me this is a place for Noah. If you have to search a line out, Noah is the guy for it. He says this race will force the drivers to use the different lines at this racetrack. Look for Noah Gregson to have a good night heading into the playoffs. Marty?
Dave, Justin Allgaier is one of 3 drivers that can win the regular season tonight, but he needs a lot of points to be able to pass A.J. Allmendinger to do it. In his interview with you a moment ago, Dave, he said, I'm more worried about the 5 bonus points for winning this race tonight. In the last 5 races here at Bristol, Justin Allgaier has led a minimum of 92 laps. He's won exactly 0 of those races. He told me earlier today, a racetrack never owes you one, but on the list of racetracks where I desperately want to get there.
Remember that time Noah wrecked Allgaier during a global pandemic to win Bristol? I remember.
Win this race, so obviously he has a lot of success looking for momentum. All right, Steve, break this one down for us.
Well, it's the world's fastest half mile, and laps going to click by at under 16 seconds. 300 of them in total, a little over 150 miles, 85 laps for both stage 1 and stage 2. The final stage a little longer at 130 laps, but the fuel window over 140 laps, so all 3 stages can be run without a pit stop. When those pit stops come, though, could be very important. We've seen strategy last night in the truck race, played a big part in who was able to go to victory lane. We'll see if it affects tonight as well.
So the field has been down pit road to check pit road speed. They're going side by side now. And let's listen in.
ARCA champion Sammy Smith in the 18. ARCA champion, a.k.a. the smartest kid on the short bus.
There you have it. And again, a little bit of a surprise at the end of the regular season. Colleague drivers currently sitting in the 11th and 12th spot as far as playoffs. The final 2 positions not locked in.
I'm going to be in there tomorrow, sitting off the exit of turn 2 once again. At almost the exact same spot I sat at last year. You'll get your driver intros video tomorrow. Last year's Bristol driver intros video didn't go over so well. But coming off of a Bubba win, oh boy, I'm going to have fun. Should get the 1 to go this time.
Daniel Hamrick, he'll be starting in the 8th position. As we mentioned, he's currently in the 11th spot overall as points. Landon Castle back there in 16th, and he is in the 12th and final position. A lot of work for these drivers. And again, take another look at the points before we get started. Hamrick 37 above the line, Landon Castle 19. And remember, every position is a point, and you get points for the top 10 finishers in each stage.
Yeah, Ryan Sieg with that pink bumper, rear bumper you saw right in front, right? He's minus 19. I mean, that could be made up, in theory, in 2 stages, right? Ryan Sieg had 2 great stages, and Landon Castle's unable to score points. That could completely flip.
Lights are off on the pace car. Field now in the hands of Ty Gibbs and Josh Berry. Ty Gibbs winning the pole earlier today. the 19-year-old. Already a great season with 5 wins. Can he get the momentum going to start the playoffs?
Yeah, if I could bet North Carolina, I'd be losing a lot of money probably. So maybe it's for the best.
Now the pace car off the track. About to get underway.
Off the high banks of turn 4, green flag. I love the way those cars look when they're creeping off of turn 4 at slow speed coming to the restart zone. Let's see which line is dominant. AJ 3 wide on the outside off of 2. AJ did not get going.
And very loose still is at 16.
Gibbs leads lap 1.
As he went through 3 and 4.
And guys, he said he seemed like he thought something was broken in the gearbox. So it's a bigger issue for the
A gear issue for AJ on the first lap. Well, fourth gear is obviously working. Oh, God, he's loose. Whoa, Hamrick checking up off of 4. Stacking up the 16 and the 98 behind him. Almost a giant wreck in turn 1 there. That was close. He's got a gear problem, and the car doesn't seem to be handling very well. Josh Berry second. Ty Gibbs has a 1.3 second lead, and we're 4 laps in. He just launched.
This is old school Bristol, fight for the bottom. Oh, we got a car with a flat tire, the 48 car.
48 car got a tire down. Caution's out. He's going off into 3 on the rim, basically. He's got something wrong. I don't know if it's is it a flat or yeah, it's flat.
That voice there was Patrick Donahue, the crew chief. Nick Sanchez, the 21-year-old from Miami, Florida, bringing out caution number 1.
Let's take a look, see if we can see what happens. This tire goes down.
Tire popped off of exit of the corner. He kept it out of the wall, though. How do you lose a right front tire at that spot and not slam the wall? Wow. He's lucky he didn't hit the wall and he blew a right front at Bristol.
Look how fast the cars come around. You see the leaders, all they can do is put 2 tires on. Smart call by the team. Obviously they're limited on tires, but you stay in there much longer, you get lapped.
I'm excited for this opportunity for Sanchez to get in this Xfinity Series. He's run some great races, K&N ARCA Series. So excited about his opportunity here to move up to the next level. That's a great shot right there to just show you how long pit road is. Now you have the inside track versus the pace car, so you should actually gain a little time, but so long on pit road. I mean, it's basically, what, 80% of a lap.
And Steve, the difference here is under caution, you have to go all of pit road. Under green flag, if you come to pit road, you only have to go on your half.
Yeah, so we wouldn't expect to see green flag pit stops tonight with the length of the race, but if you have an issue or you've made some crazy strategy call that didn't work out, you only have to run your straightaway, which even then, you're looking at 2+ laps down. I mean, 15.5 seconds for the leaders. As you come rolling down pit road, they're going to lap you quick.
This caution coming out early for Nick Sanchez with a flat right.
We have a caution.
Sparks flying already here at Bristol. We'll be back.
I understand why they threw a yellow. Somebody blows a right front tire, you expect them to just go bam and get a concussion. But then again, this ain't the Cup Series, so he probably wouldn't get a concussion. They got to do something about those Cup cars. I don't like Noah, but to hear Noah talk the way a driver as aggressive as Noah to talk the way he did on Door Bumper Clear about how scared he is in the Cup car is very concerning. I don't like it. Noah literally, I could hear the fear in his voice talking about wrecking a Cup car. And on one hand, it's good. It's like it'll encourage these fucking jackoffs to not wreck and be stupid. But at the same time, I just don't think it's safe. And I think everybody would agree it's just not safe. It's not a failure, and nobody wants to see the Gen 6 ever again. It's not a failure. It can be fixed. It races better than the Gen 6 ever fucking did.
Bristol Motor Speedway under the lights. And that's been going on.
So it's definitely not a failure, but they dropped the ball on the safety aspect, which is stunning to me. I mean, how did they not know?
It wasn't a bad restart. It was actually a shift or a gearbox that you thought he might have got loose in. I didn't know if that would be where you would shift from third to fourth.
But I cringe a little more now when they go to Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta, somewhere high speed. I don't feel like I'm watching an IndyCar race, but it's not ideal. Another great start here for Gibbs. Allgaier got a great start on the bottom, but everybody behind him didn't. Allgaier's going to clear Barry off a 2 for second. Good run off the bottom there. Bristol the way it's meant to be without dirt all over it. Oh, yeah, they rushed the car out. Because COVID delayed it. Excuse me, sneezing. COVID delayed it a year. Oh, Riley Herbst, look out! Saves it. Caution's out for no reason. Boo. Why'd you throw a caution for that? They rushed the car out because it had already been delayed a year thanks to a global pandemic. And they didn't want to delay it another year, but it probably needed another year. Herbst just drove off in the car. Oh, wow. The 2 kind of came down a little bit, and they touched. And the 98 spun sideways, saved it. Didn't need a yellow, but they're treating everything like it's rain now. They're going to throw a caution for everything. Yeah, Sheldon Creed just acted like the 98 wasn't there.
You said Sheldon was going to be aggressive tonight. Well, there it is.
Here's a good onboard of this. Sheldon Creed said, I'm making the corner.
You asked about his front bumper. He just uses door.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the secret weapon tonight.
Yeah, there's the donut on the side.
Well, now, if you're Riley Herbst, you're like, okay, buddy, you set the rules. I'll find you again later.
I think Riley's probably sitting there going, did I do something wrong here?
What just happened?
I think he knows he did.
I thought I was low.
Yeah.
Looking back on the eyes there of Riley Herbst. Let's listen in to a little bit of Sheldon Creed's radio.
Sheldon Creed apologized, but I doubt the 98 gives a shit. As many people Sheldon Creed roughs up, I doubt he's going to get the benefit of the doubt from whoever he runs into.
He knew he was telling a lie, and he's like, oh, man, it ain't your fault. No. It'll be your fault later when we talk, but right now it's not your fault.
That means another restart.
Gibbs, Allgaier, Barry, Mayer, Sammy Smith. We've barely run anything here. That was a great game last night, the Chargers and the Chiefs. I enjoyed that. That onside kick was dangerously good. Anytime you kick an onside kick and the first guy to the ball doesn't get it, you've got a shot, and it hit the guy in the chest after a good bounce. I think the best quarterback in NFL history might be Justin Herbert on 4th down. Go back to that Raiders game last year and the game last night. If it's 4th and long, I want Justin Herbert as my quarterback. No wonder fucking Coach Staley likes to go for it on 4th down so much. He's got Herbert. Dude's a fucking machine on 4th down. Doesn't matter the distance, it doesn't matter. Hope he's healthy, though. Hope he didn't break any ribs last night. That pick 6 was brutal, but it really wasn't entirely his fault. Chiefs kind of got away with one last night. I think the Chargers are slightly better, but the Chiefs made the plays when it counted. But the Chiefs kind of got away with one. But it don't matter now. They won. And we know they're good anyway. I need to check the guide and skip forward and see what games are on Sunday.
The official app of NASCAR.
And I'm not going to have time to do it before this restart. Fuck. I need to make a plan on what games I want to stream on Sunday.
Search NASCAR in your app store and you can download and start a free trial.
Coming to another restart.
Outside, they make up row number 1 as we get ready.
Classic Bristol, early cautions.
You may be wondering why the leader picks the top when the bottom of the racetrack in the corners is so much better. It's all because of the front straightaway. On that top lane on the front, you can get such a better run, get a better launch, actually beat the guy on the inside to turn 1.
Outside line takes off. You want to run on the bottom, but man, that outside you get such a launch.
Clear the 7 and get into 1 clean. Here comes the 8 of
8 car cuts the 7 a break. I think 7 was going to be able to clear him into 3 anyway, but the 8 let him do it a little early. 54 just takes off. There's Jeb Burton and Noah. Ooh, boy, almost made contact there. Jeb pushed up off the corner. Come on, Jeb. Wreck the dog fuck out of him.
Noah's not quite clear. Jeb knows it too. Jeb knows if he can just have a good corner.
I'm waiting for this 27 to wipe out the 9. I don't know why.
That's a great example of it. Noah almost had him. Jeb hung in there. Now Jeb's in the position to be able to take the spot.
Hey, Jeb, you can get loose, wink, wink.
See the rubber get laid down in that second groove.
He's trying to pass the dog fuck out of him. Boy, Jeb's really sending it off in the corner, and he's not really holding the bottom. Car comes up like a quarter or half a lane up off the bottom when they get really close together. This is a great battle, though. And it's for 6th. There's Jeb pushing up the corner, pushing up the track again. Noah's giving him plenty of room, though. Michael, it's always weird when you feel like the better team loses, and we've had that twice this week. I think the Broncos are better than the Seahawks. They lost. I think the Chargers are a little better than the Chiefs. Chargers lost. And that's not a knock saying that the Chiefs suck or the Seahawks. Well, I think the Seahawks suck, but anybody who watched that game last night could see the Chargers controlled the majority of it. Just didn't close it out.
Quick cautions have allowed him the lane choice and some great moves to be able to really chip away.
Noah and Jeb are still side by side. And they're holding up Brandon Jones and Daniel Hamrick. Jones took a really shit line into the corner there. You see him get tight. Noah finally cleared the 27 from the outside. Mayer just passed Sammy Smith for 4th.
Trying to stay in front of this 18 now.
Yeah, pretty much all the guys, Rick, in that battle are right there around that 2 car. 39 to 10 of Castle. All in a big battle right behind these guys right here. In turn 3 and 4, right there in the screen. There's Castle trying to get around Jones. Jones fading back here. The 16 of AJ now trying to take that position away. Dylan, what you got on that 16? So guys, we talked about this transmission problem.
Got a couple of must wins there in 13th and 14th.
You have to almost be a therapist as well, because he can really get down on himself quickly, and you need somebody to keep you pepped up.
Yeah, it's shocking the emotional roller coaster he goes through. Of course,
These guys getting loose up off the bottom under other cars are making me so nervous. Have you noticed the people that complain about one-lane Bristol are the people that never grew up watching it and the drivers who never raced on it? And they don't get why we love old-school Bristol. I like both versions of Bristol, but I'm definitely partial to the one-line, run-to-bottom Bristol. I'm sorry, it's fun. One-lane racetrack usually sucks, but at Bristol, it's different.
A, driving 300 laps at Bristol, but B, trying to do that what Brandon Jones is doing right now.
This is the worst racetrack to have to do something like that. The reason he's holding it up is if it falls down, NASCAR is going to black flag him. So he's trying to...
His fucking Brandon Jones window net's coming down. Well, he's driving a yellow car with Menards on it. They let Blaney get away with it. They can let Jones get away with it. He might have to run 50 more laps with his window net holding it up. What the fuck? Definitely not winning any money tonight. Spin! 48 again, Sanchez. First time it was just bad luck. Don't know what happened here.
This guy done some good work trying to get through the back of the pack there. Remember, he got that flat tire, had to go to the back of the pack and race real hard. The racetrack.
I think we're going to see some contact in turn 3. I haven't looked up. And
Got some minor right rear damage.
definitely some things happening. Entering turn 3. Here we go. Well, already out of the picture, but
That was Keith Barnwell on the radio. We heard just at the end of some of that communication. He said XY.
Ty Gibbs is, I know he gets the nice lead, but with these quick cautions, he's not having to run in heavy traffic.
Must have been maybe some hard racing between these two guys, but looking at this car, can't really see where the contact may have been.
he spent more time on pit road than he was hoping to this.
48's barely going to stay on a lead lap again here under caution.
Great job. Now, was he able to get it latched without having to come down pit road?
I was going to say, can a driver do that? Or
I'm betting on the no.
Well, you can see his hand. You can see his hand still up.
I can't remember any latch in the last 15 years that I could have done on my own. It's quite a ways ahead, right? You need a lot of leverage. These things are super tight. It's hard enough for the guy that puts it up there every week to do it by himself outside the race car. So he's going to have to come to pit road. I'll be surprised if they try to stay on the track and run this out. I don't know why they would try to do that. I think they got a lucky break with the yellow. I think if they don't pit right here, it would be a big mistake. I feel if other guys are actually going to pit as well, because this is a little bit of a window to the end of the next stage. So it wouldn't surprise me if we have a couple guys try to pit.
Michael, is that confirmed? Ty Dillon in the 48 next year in Xfinity? Is that confirmed?
Trying to run all the way to the end of stage 2. This is back like you talked with the trucks, right? There's about 47 to go, about 100, the fuel window.
Sheldon Creed, Brandon Jones pitted here.
Yeah, Sheldon Creed making the call here. Jeff Stankiewicz bringing them down pit road. And yes, Steve, that's what they're trying to do is connect that all the way to the end of stage 2. His car is a little bit tighter than he would like. And you heard the radio with him saying, hey, that was my fault with the 98 earlier. Now, Brandon Jones, he only had to drive one-handed for about 8 laps or so. That happened almost as they were coming green for the last restart. He said something's wrong with the window net. He grabbed it with his left hand, held it up, drove one-handed for those 8 laps. Now the crew's going to go over. You're going to see the work that's going
Yeah,
on
he's
there.
talking about the Xfinity 48.
For Brandon Jones with 46 laps to go here in stage 1.
Oh, just rumors. It makes sense, though. It's a good call. If it does happen, I guess. 48 will go winless next year.
These straps have some Velcro because you have to loosen those to Dale's point to even get it latched. And then you tighten that Velcro because at that point you're really looking for the aerodynamic advantage that far forward. You want the window net tight, both for air and for safety. You want the back half towards the driver's helmet. You want it nice and taut to try to keep the head.
Nice and taut.
Out. But to Dale's point,
Taut and taut.
I think a driver can reach that far forward and latch it.
So they're able to do the work, get that window net latched once again. Well, the official app of NASCAR Tracks, it lets you stay up to date on the latest race and event information from all of your favorite tracks. Search NASCAR Tracks in the App Store, and you can download for free and start using that tonight.
So the strategy call for the 2 is basically now he can just run all the way to finish this stage, stay out, and then run the entire next stage, try to get some track position and some points. Remember, he's thinking win. Right?
I didn't watch Cup practice. Were they shifting in Cup practice? And can we tell if there's going to be tire wear tomorrow? Because I'm starting to get, the day before I go to the race, I'm starting to get scared that I'm going to have to watch another Martinsville. So, I don't know what to expect tomorrow. I thought the truck tire fall off apparently was pretty fucking lousy. What makes short track racing is tire fall off.
Once again, it's Gibbs choosing that outside line. He's led all 40 laps.
Going to lead some more here.
will be on the inside of him once again.
Hey, Allgaier anticipated that start a lot better. He's learned. Nobody else behind him did, but the 7 got a great launch. 54 doesn't clear him until they get into 3.
See how bad it is for everybody on back. Losing a couple spots, but he's able to hang on right here.
Noah running outside of Sam Mayer for 4th.
Mayer now. Bo Gregson in the 9, Sam Mayer in the
Junior
1.
Motorsports is 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Just in front, a little Junior Motorsports parade going on right here. Their second.
AJ's gear problems seem to have worked out. He's had decent restarts. He's back up to 7th.
That one car, Sam Mayer, remember, one truck race here, 17 years old. Always been fast at this racetrack, no matter what he's driven.
How much of this is rhythm, guys? Once you get into that rhythm.
Oh, that's a lot of rhythm, and it's just understanding what your car needs as well.
Oh, we got a spin on the back.
Another spin. Oh, man, Brandon Brown.
Just turned around.
Well, his playoff hopes are done. They were done coming in here, but, you know.
Had a great qualifying effort in this car.
For the sake of television, oh, no, the implications. He won't make the playoffs now. That's a done deal right there.
Already the 4th caution of the night.
4 cautions in 46 laps.
Looking around to see what the moon looked like. I didn't know if it was full or what.
Pretty close.
That's the way it is at Bristol, especially that night race. Just a different energy. It brings out that old Saturday, Friday night short track racer in all these guys. They kind of revert back to making the same aggressive sort of moves.
Hey, another thing to mention about the new schedule for next year. Atlanta is a night race. There's an Atlanta night race next year. Forgot to mention that.
Do a lot of work to this one to see if they can get it ready to go back out on the
Got loose and lost it.
into the inside wall.
Overcorrected, and then went back to the left and hit the inside wall. Be right back. Oh, yes. Well, I've got another caution. Let me scroll through the guide here on our shitty cable. See what games I can do Sunday for you guys. At 1 o'clock, we have the Patriots and the Steelers and the Panthers at the Giants. I think we'll do Patriots Steelers. At 4, we have the Cincinnati Bengals and Dallas Cowboys. Damn, I'm going to want to stream all day. We might do 3 games on Sunday. I'm not even kidding. We might just stream all day. Because Patriots Steelers is worth doing. Bengals Cowboys, that game might be over early. Hell, Patriots Steelers might be over early on either side. You never know. So I might stream 3 games on Sunday. We got 3 compelling enough games. Plus, I got the Panthers Giants I can have on one TV and keep an eye on that. Because I'm actually interested to watch the Giants play after their win last week. So yeah, Patriots, Steelers, and Bengals, Cowboys, and the Panthers and the Giants all in my area.
His lane choice. It looks like it's going to be the outside. As we get ready for the restart. Take a look at the playoff standings. Sieg 20 points behind Landon Castle.
Ty Gibbs always very aggressive under caution, keeping his tires clean, keeping the tires warm. He's one of the most aggressive guys out there. Spins the rear tires, buzzes them, and he's a really good restart guy.
So does Justin take that bottle? He had a pretty good restart down there the run before. I think that encouraged him to try.
Michael, the more I think about that Patriots-Steelers game, you know, I was saying the other day I was sure the Steelers would win. I don't know now.
Choke his
I think Belichick is going to make Trubisky look like Trubisky. And the Patriots don't tend to lose back-to-back games. But we're going to stream that one. And if Dylan's here, it'll be really funny because he's a Steelers fan. Good content. We have 35 to go in stage 1. They said 4 cautions in the first 45 laps. Just means more cars on the lead lap. See what kind of restart Allgaier can get here. Another really good restart. Another good restart. Allgaier's got to figure it out now. He's not letting Ty clear him until they get down the backstretch. That time off of 2, Ty was able to clear him. But it took Allgaier a couple of shots, but he's figured it out now. Now Allgaier goes to the top. I thought Junior was going to say he's only got a couple more opportunities before the 54 just drives off and leaves him again like he's been doing. Ooh, Austin Hill getting bumped down the front stretch by Castle.
Right here down the back straightaway into turn 3. Landon using that high line, that higher center of the corner to get a big run down the straightaway, but you give up so much time around the middle of the corner and you see it. Gives up the spot. Probably got some information from his spotter. Hey, man, there's a hole behind him. Settle in there if you want. Take it now.
And Gibbs begins to drive away again.
It's always a tough decision for a driver. You don't want to give up on a battle.
Noah's cars really come to life here. So much so that Allgaier's not diming in the corner like he was. He's completely protecting the bottom now. AJ Allmendinger's back up to 6th. Took him long enough. And Jim Burton's actually having a really good run so far. They got 23 employees to work on 3 cars. Good Lord. I haven't watched the latest episode of Race for the Championship yet. I might watch that before I head to Bristol tomorrow. I saw Kyle Busch was on it, so you know it'll be good. Ryan Sieg, 10th. Must win, Ryan Sieg. Essentially must win. Gibbs, Allgaier, Gregson, Mayer, and Berry. They called it on the download a couple months ago or whenever it was when they had Ty Gibbs, and they said it's going to be Gibbs versus all of Junior Motorsports for the rest of the year. And the old Bristol conveyor belt has returned. Everybody's on the bottom. You know what I miss? I miss the old days of camera flash bulbs at night races and football games. The old flash bulbs. That's something you don't remember until you go back and watch like an old Bristol race or something from the 90s. Well, the 98 is caught back up to the 2 who body slammed him earlier. He did receive an apology. I just realized that's what this onboard is. It's Riley's onboard behind Creed. I'm worried that tomorrow night's going to suck like Martinsville did earlier this year. Cooler temperatures on concrete. New Cup cars weird on short tracks. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's very compelling to be going to the first proper Bristol race with the new car because we have no idea what it's going to be like. And it's an elimination race, so there's enough tomorrow night to keep me interested. Just hopefully the race is good. '98 bumps the 2 ever so slightly off into turn 1 to move him up the track. He didn't run him over, he just nudged him. And Creed lets him have it. Lets him have the bottom anyway. He's still racing hard off the top, but he gave him plenty of room.
It's the NASCAR Xfinity Series food setting 300, and remember earlier,
Long green flag run for tonight.
Sheldon Creed came down and
Been like 20 laps or so.
the 98s of Riley Herbst. He spun, but now the two look to be racing a little cleaner here. '18th and 19th for those two as we look back at the Baja Vita snacks. Remember, this was early in the race when Sheldon Creed came down.
We know, NBC, we know.
Into the 98. The 98 on the radio had some words for the two. So it's a little crazy he's racing like that on lap 19. Dave.
And Rick, the 98 of Riley Herbst stayed on the track with no obvious damage and the tires okay. He stayed on.
My money's not looking good tonight, but that's okay. I knew I wasn't going to win anything. It's 20-1 for a reason. Leader in heavy lap traffic, and we're going to have a 3-car battle for this stage win. Allgaier's there, Noah's there, Gibbs is looking for a way around these lappers. Lap car takes the bottom away. And the 7 almost, and the 91 pulls up in front of the 54. 54 is having to send it into the corner on the outside. We're coming to 7 to go.
It's going to be a factor all night long. It always is at this track. There's 3 more cars right there in front of the leader, then some clear sailing, some room to kind of get that lead back stretched out.
Can your spotters send these lap cars a direction for you to help you out?
Yeah, they don't listen.
Ever since Bristol became a 2-lane track, lap traffic here, especially in Xfinity, got much, much worse, where the fall off from the top 10 or 12 cars to the 20th place on back cars is so dramatic. They're so much slower, and you can run every line here, essentially. You don't know who's going to run where. And right now, they all seem to be wanting to take the bottom.
They're going to let you know it. But they don't drive the car. All they can do is give some information to their driver. They're not responsible for what lane it's in. They still like to give each other a hard time.
4 to go.
Like two former drivers.
Gibbs made it through that mess. I think he'll be okay to the end of the stage here. That was the heaviest I can see.
Clearing some of that lap traffic now, and Noah Gragson having a little more difficulty getting through it. Ty Gibbs running up front, and it's the 7th of Justin Allgaier, and Noah Gragson running in that 3rd spot. Sam Mayer is 4th, AJ Allmendinger 5th. Coming up on 2 to go in stage 1. Sam Mayer in the 1. He's caught the 9 of Noah Gragson. Less than a mile. Still to go here in stage one, and it has been a dominant performance already by Ty Gibbs. Numerous times he's
one to go.
take the lead.
He's got the 48 in front of him.
On restarts with one lap
And the
to
48 takes the bottom. 7 closes up.
Working hard to stay just one lap down.
We saw that light on the inside. Pit road is closed when the
Allgaier goes to the outside here.
two to go.
In
And
4.
here comes the 7.
54 just stays clear.
Right at the last
Gibbs won
moment,
stage
the
1.
Ty
Close
Gibbs
finish.
do it. Ty Gibbs wins the stage.
And Junior Motorsports second, third, fourth.
Gregson Mayer and Allman
And Josh
Baker
Berry
all
fell
the
to
top
6th there.
5.
Jeb Burton 7th and Ryan Sieg 10th in stage
Castle
1.
and
Pretty good.
Sieg. Remember, Hamrick, Castle, Sieg, all drivers that are still not locked into the playoffs. Sieg on the outside, trying to break in to that top 12 in this the last race of the regular season.
The next episode of Race for the Championship's about Talladega. That'll be a good one. I think the Coda episode's going to be good. I still haven't seen it yet. Let me check my DVR and make sure I got it. Race for the Championship. Yep, I got the newest one. Should have watched it today, but I couldn't stay awake today. I kept going to bed. I kept falling asleep during the day. Finally get a fucking, more than 1 or 2 days in a row off, and I can't stay awake when I'm at home. We're back.
Leap at a time. Don't miss the premiere of Quantum Leap Monday at 10/9.
Yeah, I noticed they were uploading all the episodes. And I'm like, why am I DVRing the shit? Why do I even have cable?
Pit stops now. Stage 1 complete. And again, the field will come onto pit road at the same spot under caution.
It'll be interesting to see, right? We have a few cars. Sheldon Creed, Brandon Jones with the window net issue, Jeffrey Earnhardt that pitted a caution to go. So they may choose to stay on the racetrack. All the leaders are definitely going to pit. They've yet to come to pit road, so they need tires and, more importantly, some fuel. Dylan?
There's A.J. Allmendinger, recovered nicely from that transmission miscue at the very start. Up to 5th right now, just said he's building tight on throttle to make a very small air pressure change, 4 tires and fuel for Allmendinger, Kevin.
And you see Daniel Hamrick in the middle there, that 11 car. He still needs help on the front end with turns, so they will make a small air pressure adjustment. Was looking for stage 1's finished 8th, so did grab a couple there. Finished that goal. As you see Ty Gibbs finishing up his stop, he was just saying slightly long the side.
I wonder if those guys that pitted earlier will actually still stay out here. That'll tell us a lot about the tire fall off. Or maybe they think they're just going to get a bunch of cautions. They can get on this little off-sequence strategy here and keep getting the track position at the start of the stages. Gibbs, Allgaier, Gregson, Mayer, Brandon Jones, 2 tires up to 4th.
Tire stop. He moves up 14 spots.
So, it's Friday night dinner. All of a sudden.
If Bubba gets a top 10, he's your pick for the... Wouldn't that be something if he made it to the Final Four in the owner's points? That'd be fucking funny. Boomers would just be... God, they're already just mad as fuck that he won another race. Been digging for them excuses to try to take away from it. What is it with Denny Hamlin and letting people win? They said he let Tony Stewart win Sonoma, and they said he let Bubba win Kansas.
Sheldon Creed is leading the race now. Steve, you mentioned it earlier. A little bit of a different strategy. With him being up front, that puts him inside of the playoffs if he's able to go on and win this race. That will put Hamrick on the bubble, and Landon Castle will be on the outside. Those two separated by just 12 points now as they run on the racetrack.
Interesting to see if Creed has enough pace.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. It's going to be an interesting restart with Creed and Earnhardt having some laps on their tires, even just on the launch, with Gibbs and Allgaier and Gregson right there behind them.
Last night in the in the truck race, and we've seen it some tonight as well, the tires don't have much fall off, maybe a tenth over 50, 75 laps.
Take a look at the Toyota driver update here at Bristol. Earnhardt currently second, Gibbs third.
Last night, leaders pitted. Others stayed out. Leaders couldn't catch them in with late yellow. We'll see. The 2 is up front and the 26 is up front. You got Sheldon Creed and Jeffrey Earnhardt on the front row. We'll see if this is anything like the trucks.
And remember how hard it was for folks to pass you? Just keep that in mind. You talked about how aggressive Sheldon Creed will play this race. We'll see how aggressively he blocks to keep it up front.
This works because all of these guys have stayed out. They can run all.
How do you miss the playoffs driving for RCR in the Xfinity Series? It's been a weird year for Sheldon Creed.
Well, you mentioned that we saw some fast laps happening 30 laps into the run. So we'll see if Sheldon Creed can make these work. Back into the gas.
Big launch on that outside. Boy, Jeffrey Earnhardt stacking up the whole damn field.
But it's Sheldon Creed who's out front. High is the 7 of Justin Allgaier. He's going to try to take second away from Gibbs.
Gonna have to happen down here in the corner before Gibbs starts making that bottom work. There's the momentum off the turn 4 to clear the 7 into second place. Now he's going to try to top again. That's going to open the door for the 54 to get back underneath him if he's not careful. Justin continuing to fight for that top. I just don't know if that's really going to pay off for him, but he's not going to give up. Now he's back to the bottom of the racetrack. Trying to close in on the back of his 2. Get him up off the bottom.
This 2 has a little bit over tire, but I don't know that he has the pace if they have the same tire.
Here we go. That's the move right there. Get underneath him now, down into 1. Sheldon can be on the defense, though. He can race hard here on the outside, make this nearly impossible for Justin to pull off. Right there, you see it. Advantage to the 2-car off corner exit.
You almost just want to break even in the entry, give up a little bit in the center, but then on corner exit, make it back up.
Sheldon went track. The 7's loose into the corner. Sheldon right on his door. Real tight, exactly. That's how you got to run it. It puts you, even if Sheldon.
Well, I don't think Creed's going to hold the lead as long as them truck race guys did. But he got a great restart. The 26 about piled up the field. Can't slide up. Damn, the 2-car ain't giving him any room. You see Allgaier get a little loose there. Oh, Creed got loose in the middle of 2. Loose enough. The 7's going to take the lead right here into 3. Or is he? Goddamn, that 2 just leaning on him. Leaning on him. The 2 ain't going to have any tire left. He's got to run, if this goes green, 60, whatever more laps. Oh, my God, the way the 2's going off in this corner down on his door. Oh, the 7 sideways. The 2 didn't give him anything. And Creed holds the lead. By God, I didn't think he'd hold the lead, but he said, God damn it, I'm holding this lead. The 2-car is holding the lead. And yeah, heads up move by Ty there, like Junior just said. Ty Gibbs saved Allgaier's life there. Ooh, and then sent him off into turn 1 there with a little bit of a bump. And the 2's driving away. Bump draft from the 1 to the 7 into 3. A bump draft at Bristol.
gave him a shot. So what's happened here is Allgaier's used his car up, running on the bottom of that too.
I think Allgaier's used his shit up, and I know the 2 has, but he's just benefiting from this clusterfuck. Second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth here.
He's really out of the racetrack. The back's moving around a little bit, and he can't throttle up.
Guys, I think the second lane is getting better because A.J. Allmendinger is up there on the offensive, right? He didn't get moved up there by the 9 mountain.
Oh, Allmendinger just jumped way out of the groove.
You can definitely hold on. We saw the 2 do it, and the 16 was able to until he overdrove the entry.
That outside will get better all night. Let's go back and watch this battle right here. Allgaier and Creed. Creed with nothing to lose has to win this race to make it to the playoffs. Pitching Allgaier off, and then a corner exit. Just turns left. Gets into the left front of Allgaier. Almost spins him out. Gibbs behind him did a nice job of checking up. And now they're
I'd love to hear the radio in the 7 car. 2 kept chopping him, getting closer and closer and closer. And the 10 car's coming to the pits. He's on the playoff bubble. Under green, pitting here on the bubble.
That's right, Landon Castle, right front flat, dead tremendous.
No caution for him.
Here tonight, they were aiming to get themselves some good points, get some stage points, even running in the top 10. So not what you want, and he will easily, likely go possibly a lap down here under green.
Yeah, probably 2 laps going. The checker got right in front. It looks like it has air in it, but it might be soft. Let's see if there's another issue with this car or if that right front tire is really low on air.
And you see the playoff bubble right there now.
Oh, there's another issue. I see smoke on the right front, I thought.
Oh, no. Implications here. If you're a Ryan Sieg fan. Oh, no. If you're a Ryan Sieg fan, here you go. An opportunity presents itself. I know that's a lot of points that 10's got to get to pit road again. Something's broken the right front. I'd say that's obvious.
You're absolutely right. So now Sheldon Creed has breath all of a sudden. Now the car that was in front of him on points, the 10, has an issue. Can Ryan Sieg perhaps take advantage, or Sheldon Creed? Can either of those 2 take advantage of Landon Castle's misfortune?
Castle got 2 points in stage 1. Sieg got 1 point in stage 1. Now Allgaier's caught Creed.
If Creed loses the lead, right, real quickly here.
The 7 has got to the bumper of the 2 again. I think Allgaier's already learned this pass is easier said than done.
See the points right now. He's 2 less
So you
than
wonder,
what Castle has.
you wonder what Allgaier's going to do with Creed right here. Creed was exceptionally aggressive. Wonder what the patience Justin's going to have. Probably not as much as he did earlier.
I know the 2's giving him a little more room this time. He's not totally cutting his balls off yet. They're getting into lap traffic, though. There's the tail end of the field.
And what a hard pass to make.
And this entire top 5 is lined up behind Sheldon Creed.
Now where the lap guys go. They've been getting out of the way up the racetrack all night long. For the guys
And
running
that 08 didn't do the 2 any favors.
opportunity. See the lap guys now don't
And the
know
10's going to the garage.
that the leaders are now running up the racetrack. Everybody's been pinned on the bottom. So the lappers
So Landon Castle below the cut line for now.
to be able to allow those leaders through. So now we'll see where they go.
How you going to miss the playoffs in a colleague car? A colleague car and an RCR car missing the playoffs? Of course, I say that right now, and Creed's winning.
Allgaier riding along with the Xfinity on board. The racing round lap traffic you saw there, the 2 of Creed got loose.
Yeah. Man. Sliding the back into the turn 1. It's so common here. Really frustrating, hard to fix. Well, look how the track's changing. Creed isn't even trying to run the bottom. He's entering high. He's running high in the middle. Wouldn't even thought about doing this in practice during the day.
Still 51 to go in stage 2. And the fight is on at the front. Creed and Allgaier. Gibbs in 3rd. Noah Gregson 4th.
The 2's not, well, I mean, the 7's not being quite as aggressive. But look at this top 5 behind Sheldon Creed.
By the lap car here.
Brandon Jones driving up into this battle as well now that he's got that winning net fastened up.
Brandon Jones took 2 tires, and he's running 6th. He took 2 tires, and he stayed up here as well, just like the 2 stayed in the lead.
That's where it gets
Yeah, I don't like the lack of tire fall off, but at the same time, this is pretty incredible to watch. The top is getting better. We see this almost every Bristol race now. The bottom starts out unbeatable, and then the top gets a little better, and the top's just good enough now for Creed to hold these runs off the corner. When you hit that gas on the bottom coming off the corner, the car just shoots up the track.
Eventually, you're going to be able to make this pass.
Allgaier, you talk about being a veteran and patient, 36 years old, going up against the 24-year-old.
I don't think it was Jeb's choice whether or not he was going to stay at Colleague. Yeah, there goes. The 7's cleared the 2 now. Without incident.
Points down. Creed +7, Ryan Sieg -7. Right there at the line. With Castle out of the race, Ryan Sieg now is going to have to fight for every position.
Well, Castle being out of the race now has opened the door for somebody to get it done on points. On the way in, we thought it was a win only for the 2 of Sheldon Creed, but now we see a pathway with points. Creed is +7, running second. It's no longer a must-win with the 10 being in, and then on the bottom, 14th, Ryan Sieg. So close, he can see the playoffs just a few laps away, just needs a handful of points for it.
Steve, imagine being Ryan Sieg this week. Monday, he was in.
And now Allgaier's going to open up a big lead here with the way the 2's racing the 54.
How he would make it in without winning both stages and maybe even winning the race. And he's never finished in the top.
Sam Mayer, big run off of 4. Nowhere to go, though. He's got the 2 in front of him. 9 to his inside. Oh, Noah! Noah just wrecked Ty Gibbs. Noah just took out Ty Gibbs and Sheldon Creed. Wow.
Gibbs' car just went up the racetrack into the door of the 2.
Not sure that wasn't contact.
Yeah.
No, Noah wrecked him.
Creed right now, the window down comes down.
There you have it. Got hit in the back, no control.
Yeah, looked like some contact.
And look at how quickly things change. We saw Creed was in the playoffs. He was in the top 12. Take a look what happened.
Yeah,
Noah wrecked him.
Throttles up, contact right there. Gets Gibbs around. Gibbs goes up the racetrack, takes out Creed.
Wow. Well, at least my money survived that fucking wreck. I just...
Right there.
Pops him right in the left rear quarter panel.
This kid's a fucking moron.
History.
No need for that. We're not even halfway through the race. We are not even halfway through the fucking race.
That takes out a playoff
Yep.
opportunity for Sheldon Creed.
So AJ's going to have a lock on the regular season points, I feel like. That definitely helped. And 4 Creed's out of the race. So that was totally unnecessary.
You know, it was going to take a lot for the 54 to get there.
Yeah, it was 38 points was the difference for that regular season championship. But boy, right there.
And that looked like it hurt the 2 more than it would hurt Ty. Creed got sandwiched between Ty and the wall.
Sheldon Creed, I mean, listen, he's put some show on though. Darlington, it was a show.
Hey, Michael, my money's in 3rd.
He was giving it all for sure.
And the best car's out of the race. I think Gibbs clearly had the best car. Allgaier right there with him, obviously.
You lead this race, do what you need to do.
Creed had a hell of a run in that stage. Would have been nice to see him finish off the race, but thanks to Noah Gregson, we won't know what could have happened.
What a frustrating night it has to be for Sheldon Creed. Was leading, was considered in. Then the problem for Landon Castle made the opportunity even more possible.
54 junks to fucking 9, I'm telling you that. I never thought I'd be cheering for a Gibbs car to wreck a junior motorsports car. But wow.
So this is going to be a long, grinding night for the 39. With the 10 here on jack stands, it really just comes down to where this car can run on the racetrack. Their chance of the playoffs.
Who'd have thought the playoff cut line in the Xfinity Series in the final regular season race would be worth paying attention to? Unbelievable. That was really stupid, but not surprising. Hey, you guys remember Pocono when Ty Gibbs raced Noah Gragson clean as a whistle for the win, and I said he was a dumbass for racing that guy clean? I was right. Go ahead, tell me I was right. I knew I was right that day, and look, it came back to bite him in the ass. You give him all the... You're racing him for a win, and you give this douchebag all the courtesy in the world, and then he junks your shit. Yeah, Ty Gibbs, my brother in Christ, gave a win away at Pocono just to race this fucker clean, and then he gets wrecked before the halfway mark at Bristol. Told you. Literally told you. I love when I'm proven so right. 54's not going to get a chance to wreck the 9 tonight. 54's out of the race. But told you. This boy just called Riley Herbst Riley Herpes.
Car gets carried behind the wall here. Steve, just to be clear, Landon Castle and the 10, they were on the DVP, so they could spend as much time as they want to fix that car and then bring it back out, correct?
Yeah, it's a mechanical failure, so they absolutely can repair this car and go back on the racetrack. And why that matters is because the cars that have wrecked are points that are available for the 10, right? But if that
I'm waiting for some idiot to come in here and try to defend Noah, by the way.
You would have a better chance of changing the whole spindle, and that is going to be very, very tough and so in the race. So, look at that.
Not Gibbs was wicked dirty at Portland, Michael. Portland. Road America, Gibbs was clean. It was Portland where he was fucking running over everybody.
Ryan and Ryan Sieg and Castle. And so if Landon can get out there.
How about Xfinity's schedule next year? Portland and Sonoma, back-to-back weeks.
Castle scored 37th right now, but as you mentioned, Creed and Gibbs, they're out in front of them, so there's 2 spots right there.
Yeah, but now, wait a minute. Sieg's 12th. We still have 34 laps going to the stage. If he can go run 7th in the stage, that buys him 3 more. That's where these stage points are so important for Sieg.
Yeah, you think about between Sieg's team and Jeremy Clement's team, there's about 15 full-time employees for both of those teams. They are fighting to be in the playoffs. Ryan Sieg especially here currently 12. Marty.
This is a crazy change of events for Ryan Sieg. They have told him about Landon Castle's problems on the bottom of your screen, and also that Sheldon Creed is out of the race. Here's what else they said on the radio. Listen.
You see what we got to do here. We just got to survive. We just need to run our deal, man.
They got to survive. Look at the big dent in the front end of the 39. Ryan Sieg is 4 points to the good over Castle, who can return to the race and gain a couple of spots because 2 cars are completely out of the race now.
And the information that the 10 team Atlanta Castle has passed on to me, they said that the rotor got too hot, expanded, caused issues with the brake caliper, and ultimately the hub as a whole. They're changing it out right now. The goal is to get him back out on track because they said you never know what's going to happen with the 39 of Ryan Sieg.
That still has the original hub on it, though. You can tell by the temperature. This is going to be a lengthy change right here. That's not going to come
All right, Allgaier, Gregson, Brandon Jones, Justin, not Justin, H. Allmendinger, Allmendinger, Allgaier. Similar last names. Damn, the 7 just took off.
Only 32 remaining.
Brandon Jones, take that 9 car out. Let's get all the best cars out of the way. He already took one of them out for us.
Big run there by Sam Mayer in the 1. Now he looks to the outside of that 19. That second line coming in.
We keep an eye on him throughout the night.
Sam Mayer does have some good speed here. Ooh, the 19 lost the nose of the car there. Thank God nobody was to his outside. AJ sliding off a 4 behind him.
He's got his hands full right now. Remember, he put on 2 tires. He didn't have a lot on his left when he did that, but he just put on right side.
18 loose off a 4.
The 5th position, chasing after that 16 of A.J. Allmendinger. Last year's winner, and it came down to the 2 cars sliding sideways across the finish line. Hamrick in the 11, just in front of Ryan C.
Well, that's what all Colin can do right now is cheer on the 2 teammates, the 11 and the 16. You have to outrun the 39. That's what you can do to help.
And Jeffrey Earnhardt is right there, 10th place. Battling for 10th with Hamrick.
Keep him from getting stage points.
Look at this clusterfuck. The 21, the 18, the 98. Ooh, Josh Berry's in a wall. I think he got up in the marbles and just hit the wall.
Surface of the racetrack where all the tire debris and everything is. But I know a lot of Cup guys watching this race right now are thrilled to see this racetrack getting wide.
Yeah, I'm relieved to a huge extent to see this track widen out a bit. Because as much as I like one line old school Bristol, I don't think the current Cup car would do very well with that. The current Cup car, you need different lines, you need options, and you'll see an entertaining race. That's why they like them big 1.5 miles like Kansas and Charlotte and Homestead and whatever.
Loses several spots though. Tough to get those back. He's fighting back right now. Ryan Sieg, he was able to take one of those spots. Ryan Sieg in 12th. Sieg, you mentioned it. He needs 10 points right here. Not advancing though.
Great battle right here between the 11, Hamrick, Jeffrey Earnhardt. Jeffrey doing a great job tonight at 26.
Well, it's a good night for overachievers, I think. That's what happens when one of the best cars gets taken out of the race with another really good car.
Track is getting wider, right? You see guys that are running, instead of like squeezing the guy at the bottom, now they're purposely going up, gaining that extra banking. As you mentioned, that momentum, getting that run off the hill.
And Dave, I'm sure you've got a dejected Sheldon Creed down there that you're going to have to talk to about not making the playoffs.
Yeah, Ricky just walked.
Got to do their interviews indoors because you can't hear shit outside at Bristol.
You were holding him off, and all of a sudden, wham! What was that all about?
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like the 9 just got the 54 in the left rear and got him loose and shot him up into me. But did what we had to do. Didn't have a great qualifying effort. Got track position there, and still was super loose, but I had pace finally. I feel like that was the first time today I had some good speed.
Thank you, Sheldon Creed, for putting on the show of the year for me at Darlington. You made that long rain delay worth it.
Man, that's just the way my year's gone. We have speed at times, and then just stuff like that happens. Unfortunate, but proud of my guys. We've never gave up all year. I want to thank Wheeling Engineering, Bristol, Chevy, everyone at RCR, ACR Motors, and I feel like we gave it a hell of a fight the last few weeks. Wish we could have got that win in Darlington, and felt like we would have had a shot tonight, honestly. I felt like the top was going to be good there. Maybe probably one more stage. I think the top is going to be really good, and I don't know. Not a lot to say, but just thankful for everyone. We're going to keep...
Yeah, Creed, it's been a lot of bad luck for Creed. It's really unfortunate. Definitely the best car and driver to not make the playoffs this year.
Will not make the playoffs this season, Rick.
So better luck next year. He's very talented. Drives over his head sometimes, but very talented.
Any point that he can get. But he was passed by the 8 of Josh Berry. That took a spot away and a point.
It looks like the 39 is actually better up the banking, and he went to the bottom to try to pass the 27 of Jeffrey Earnhardt. When he did, the 8 jumped on his right side. And now the 39 just hasn't been able to find the grip on the bottom of the racetrack to mount an attack.
14 to go. over Gregson, Mayer, Allmendinger, Jones, top 5. Herbst, Austin Hill is in 7th. Burton, Hamrick, Smith, the top 10. There's race leader Justin Allgaier.
Allgaier's got a second lead over Noah.
Jeff, you talked about when is the track going to change. We just heard Sheldon Creed thought the top was going to come in somewhere in this final stage. You know, we look at the leader, Justin Allgaier. He's still kind of around the bottom, but there's two
You can still run the bottom.
two teammates of Gregson.
But when you're in that side-by-side battle, I think the top is the advantage.
This looks like something you must have had a conversation with him about, because he climbs that hill all the way up and gets a big run when it's available.
He's a good little wheel man, and not scared to really push his car. He just doesn't know any better, you know, and he's going to do a lot of things that are going to kind of surprise you, but he's starting to get some racecraft, starting to change a little bit as a driver and improve. A little battle here, that car. Josh Berry trying to get around Jeffrey Earnhardt and finally gets that done, but also Sieg follows him through to take that position as well.
And that point, that puts him back to 4+ over Castle.
Ryan Sieg just needs to mind his P's and Q's. Don't race too hard.
About ready to pass Noah Gregson now.
Which, I mean, he kind of has to race only 4 points ahead, so yeah, I guess he needs to run a little hard. Stay on the lead lap. Gregson being... before you got here, I was talking about when Noah and Ty Gibbs battled for the win at Pocono. And my brother in Christ, Ty Gibbs, raced him so clean. And I was saying during that race, he would not race you clean. Fuck him up. Take it away. Take the win. And Ty didn't. And then he gets fucking wrecked before halfway at Bristol. And I'm like, see? You see what happens? I told you. And Sam Mayer second. Jeb Burton still top 10.
I just want a big picture. Let me manage it.
See, trying to fight with just 5 laps to go. So you would love to be able to.
Sam Mayer's running down Allgaier, but he's in heavy lap traffic. 2 cars in front of Mayer with 4 to go. 3 wide. Oh, no, no, no! Lap cars. Oh, come on. Oh, God damn it. No, I got through it. Caution out. 4 to go on the stage. Lap cars driving all over the place, and Sam took him 3 wide and busted his ass. That's why I didn't bet on Sam. And I just driving Junior crazy. Listen to Dale Jr. right now. Oh, my God.
Race car driver, great kid.
Sam. It was frustrating to see those lap cars in front of him like that, but he's got to be smarter. Got to be smarter than that.
Sam's 19 years old. He's learning.
Yeah. I mean,
He didn't hit anything, but he lost some track position here.
how young these guys are.
If he'd have hit Noah, it would have been worth it.
To grow up so fast.
This series is about learning. And when you make a mistake, you do it in front of a lot of people. A lot of people are watching you. A lot of people say bad things about you. Sam Mayer's extremely talented. And you're right. That's the thing.
The stage is going to end under caution now.
Step back and say, okay, there's 3 more to go in the stage. I wasn't going to catch Allgaier. Give myself a finish here and then go fight again. Those are mistakes you have to make. You have to go through them. Dave.
Catching up with another young driver, that is
My brother in Crossed.
Had a very fast race car here. How disappointed are you to be out of this race?
Yeah, very disappointed. I feel like we had a very fast monster Toyota GR Supra. I was very excited for the rest of the race. Thank you to Mitch coming to the interstate batteries. If it was guys playing for us to win, we would have. And I feel like the guys made a really great, progress over the last year from this car from we had last year. I feel like we were a little off last race here last year in September, and we came back and we're, I feel like, one of the fastest. So very thankful for them.
All right, Ty Gibbs done. He is solidly in the playoffs, though, with his.
What would Jesus do? That sounded very Jesus-like in his interview there. He didn't totally trash the guy that wrecked him. I remember when Mayer won Bristol. I remember.
Great ending already for A.J. Allmendinger, because the points that he's been able to accumulate in this race, it will lock up the regular.
A.J. Allmendinger is the regular season champion.
He has done it. That's an extra.
Everybody at college sucks except for him.
That he will carry into the start of the playoffs next week. So the 2022 Xfinity Series regular season champion A.J. Allmendinger.
series and how they learn. AJ Allmendinger, 40 years old, done a ton of racing, a ton of experience. He's won at the Cup level.
That's a wrap on stage 2.
Is a winner, and he's 40 years old and has that experience, and that is a major advantage.
I was just thinking, we were talking Sam Mayer being 19, and of all the bad decisions made at 19, spinning one out at Bristol is not that bad of a business compared to what most 19-year-olds are doing.
We see the green and white checkered flag being waved. That ends stage 2, and it is Allgaier who gets the win. It has been an eventful 2 stages here at Bristol under the lights on a Friday night.
It'd be a more entertaining race if we get rid of that 7 and that 9. I don't want to get rid of the 7 because I like him, but they're kind of stinking up the show. Oh, but Chris, you missed Noah wrecking our brother in Christ for absolutely no reason at all. After Ty did him such a favor at Pocono this year. Wish I was there, but I got to tell you, before I went to Darlington, I worked 5 days in a row. Then went to Darlington and came back home and had like 1 day off. But when I was at Darlington, I was so fucking exhausted from having worked so much. So hopefully I can really enjoy Bristol more than I did Darlington. Denny Hamble just said, not sure the score between the 9 and the 54, but the eye test says it's real heavy on one end. I'd have to agree. Can't wait till Ty Gibbs is waxing Noah's ass for Rookie of the Year next season in Cup.
USA is brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only paying for what you need. Ford, built Ford proud. And by Northern Tool and Equipment. Start solving your projects today at northerntool.com. We're made for this. 1 stage remaining in the regular season from Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum. Allgaier is up front. Steve, 1 more pit stop?
Yeah, that's the goal. You know, after seeing how good Sheldon Creed could hold these guys off, with, as Jeff pointed out, and I agree, I don't think, forget tires, Jeff, I don't think he had as good a car as the 54 and the 7. So even on older tires, he made it that difficult. I'm just not sure.
So 2 tires is viable on a late race caution. Remember that.
Stage, I wouldn't pit from the lead to do it, so I think you got to pit right here. Put in your mind your last set, even though you have 1 left in the pits, but it's going to be the last time you service your car.
The difference between the Xfinity Series and
I'll check your comments a minute. I'm looking at Twitter and everything. I don't know. So I'm not really responding if you guys are saying anything.
They got to take 5 lug nuts off with 5 on each wheel.
We've seen just a lot of penalties on pit road this year with tires rolling away and things like that. With 126 to go, listen, you don't want to get beat off pit road. But you can't have a penalty that you give up on.
Is it official that Ty's getting the 18? It might as well be. Everybody knows it's happening. Who the fuck else are they going to put in it? But yeah, Noah wrecked Ty and Sheldon Creed for no reason. Crashed them out. Before the halfway mark of the race, Ty had the best car. Allgaier definitely right there with him, though. Allgaier had the lead at that point. He had a good restart after Creed and Jeffrey Earnhardt stayed out. Allgaier got to second because a lot of guys got held up by Jeffrey. And then Allgaier passed Creed, and Creed was racing hard with Ty, and then Noah just decided to crash them both.
All the way around to the front stretch
stretch pits comes Noah Gregson, top of your screen there. He'll get 4 tires of fuel.
I like how slow Xfinity pit stops are. They're not as fast as Xfinity Internet, that's for sure, compared to the Cup cars, obviously. Single lug makes a big difference.
Wound up being second in the regular season championship, so the car's a little bit too free on entry and exit as well.
7. Allgaier wins the race off pit road. Brandon Jones second, baby. I got money on Brandon Jones. Yep, Allgaier, Brandon Jones, Noah Gregson, Austin Hill, AJ Allmendinger, Riley Herpes, Daniel Hamrick, Jeb Burton, still top 10. Sammy Smith, Sam Mayer 10th. Sam Mayer was second at the end of that stage before he wrecked under 2 lap cars. But where's Reddick going to be next year? RCR. Richard Childress said they're going to have 3 cars next year, Austin Dillon, Kyle Busch, and Tyler Reddick. But they're giving Reddick's crew chief and cars and team to Kyle Busch, and I guess Reddick's going to get the scraps next year for a season. But like Reddick said, the next-gen car's got a lot of spec parts on it, so it's not going to be that bad, but he's obviously not going to get any extra help from RCR. He burned that bridge. Even though I don't blame him because Richard Childress is an idiot. But it's a credit to RCR for being able to land somebody like Kyle Busch. I thought those days were over for RCR. Yep. I said the other day, hey, remember Dale Jr. in 2007 when he was still clearly as good as he was in like 03, 04, 06? But he kept losing motors every week in 2007. But Truex made the chase that year and won at Dover. Yeah. Junior's 07. That's going to be Reddick next year. Still fast, still good, but not going to get the results because they're going to get the third best of everything. I still think they should put Kyle Busch in the 3. I wanted it so bad. I'm like, please put Kyle Busch in the 3. My new favorite hobby at NASCAR races is going to be going up to people with Dale Jr. number 8 shirts or number 8 tattoos and saying, nice Kyle Busch tattoo or nice Kyle Busch shirt. Number 8, hell yeah, go Rowdy. Landon Castle still in the garage. Sieg on track, single-digit points ahead above the cut line for the final playoff spot.
So quickly here at Bristol while they continue that service on Landon Castle's car.
Looks like I don't know if they're changing studs as well, or I'm not sure what all they got going on here, but this is it's unfortunate. We'll see, but this is one thing that's changed. Before, it's easy to say, well, they should have a spindle ready and all of this, but crashing anymore, you end your day with the damaged vehicle policy. So it takes a very rare mechanic.
Got some new faces up front. Bailey Curry and Joe Graff Jr. take the lead by staying out here. This will go really well. At least there's a slow car in each lane. I hope Joe Graff junks the fucking 9 on his way to the back and Brandon Jones gets around the outside and runs off and wins this thing, gets me my money. And the 07 stacks up the inside. Allgaier shoots to the inside of the 4 of Bailey Curry for the lead. He'll take it in turn 2. Brandon Jones going to come through to second here down the back. And that 07 just cut Noah's balls off, I'm happy to say. I got a shot at money tonight. Not really, because ain't no way Brandon Jones going to beat the 7 car. Or the 9 if the 9 gets up there again. Worked out well for me on that restart. I knew it would. And Austin Hill creeping into 3rd place, and Riley Herbst right on his bumper. I guess RCR will have 4 cars, 3 full-time, 1 part-time next year. That's pretty big. RCR on the comeback trail after a pretty shit decade. Who's Gregson going to run over now? He's got Herbst and Austin Hill in front of him. The options are endless. And Brandon Jones is actually pressuring Allgaier here for the lead. They make an adjustment on that 19. As fast as their pit stop was, I don't know how they had time.
Oh boy, and contact made right there with Riley.
Yeah, that left front doesn't have the Goodyear on it anymore. We'll have to keep a good eye on that 21. See if the left front.
Sieg is 6 points above the cut line, above Castle, who's in the garage, hoping to get back into the race.
After that little bit of contact there with Riley Herbst. And Steve, you appreciate nights like this. They have had to grind. Austin Hill behind the wheel. Andy Street.
Yeah, RCR hasn't won a title since 94, but they finished second in 95 and second in 2000. Got close with Kevin Harvick a couple of times. But since Harvick left, yeah, it's been hard. Ryan Newman here and there, and Austin Dillon fluke here and there. Reddick finally got hot this year, won a couple times. And then says he'd rather go drive for somebody else. Good to have Kyle back in the Chevy. Kyle Busch is back in my gang now.
And Jones compared to Bailey Curry, who's running in the 3rd spot. These two fighting for the top position.
Brandon Jones right there with the 7. And Sam Mayer almost wrecked again. Up in the marbles. Oh my God, how did he not wreck? And that's right in front of where I'm sitting tomorrow night, so that would have been right in front of me.
That mistake now has him all the way back into 15. Brandon Jones, I think, is a little bit quicker than Allgaier right now.
Put a lot of pressure on the 7.
Bailey Curry still 3rd for the record.
Just 111, now 110 laps to go from Bristol.
You're seeing why I didn't bet on Sam Mayer and I picked Brandon Jones over him. You're kind of seeing that validated right now. Mayer's making dumb mistakes. Brandon Jones just steady through the whole race, finding himself in a good spot.
Looks like it's time for a change.
Filling that seat of Noah Gregson, who will race in the Cup Series next year. As Gregson.
I wish Noah would Kyle Busch himself across the nose of that 21 here, trying to clear him. That's the famous Kyle Busch Bristol move. I'm going to clear myself, wreck myself, and then blame you. That's the Kyle Busch move at Bristol. I'm going to blame you for me cutting across your fucking nose and wrecking myself. He did it to Keselowski. He did it to Elliott Sadler. O'Reilly's had an adventurous night. Stephen Parsons is 12th. Just throwing that out there. They're warning the 39 that Hamrick would wreck him to help the 10 car. So don't let the 11 wreck his teammates sitting on jack stands trying to get back in the race. Oh, NASCAR. You're so funny. Ryan Sieg's 100 laps away from being playoff bound and first round elimination bound.
Ryan Sieg, there's a lot of veterans on top of this pit box, including former Xfinity Series champion Jeff Green. Jeff's job tonight.
Tomorrow night will be the 3rd Crown Jewel race for me this year. I was at the 600, I was at the Southern 500, now I'm going to the night race at Bristol. 3 Crown Jewels in 1 year. Only missed one. It was Daytona. We might rectify that sooner than later. Stay tuned.
Set of eyes.
It's 4-car. Good looking paint scheme. Alka sensor on board. Bailey Curry ran 15th in the truck race.
Ooh, Bailey Curry. Curry almost pulled the Kyle Busch special. He looked like he was going to cut across the nose of the 21. I love seeing the 19 put this pressure on the 7. Make me money.
Jones is going to get a run off turn 4 here on the leader of Allgaier. He's had a bumper on the backside of that 7 car a couple times.
Lap traffic ahead. Under 100 laps to go. If there's not a caution, they can race to the end without pitting. You know, if there's cautions, there's going to be a pit stop or two. Bristol seems to be prone to points of the race where there's a handful of cautions and then one really long green run. I hope we're getting into that now because I'm in a pretty good spot here. So I'm hoping it goes green all the way, personally.
Here in Bristol, the regular season championship going to AJ Allmendinger, but Allgaier out front here.
Bailey Curry still top 5. It's amazing. You think 300 laps is a lot until you get one long green run here. Next thing you know, it's over. Just stay green, baby. Just stay green. I don't need any headaches from anybody else. We're in a good spot. You know, when I went to Bristol last year, and I can't believe it was the first time I made it there, but I had the same feeling there that I had the first time I went on that Kiss cruise. When I first got there, I was like, man, I'm never missing another one of these. That's how I felt at Bristol last year. I'm like, man, oh, man. AJ squeezed between the 68 and the 4, trying to pass the 4 for position, and almost wrecked him. But anyway, you're there for a few minutes, and you're like, I'm coming back, and I'm never missing another one. So try to be at Bristol every year now. 7 in the 19, still working lap traffic. Caught the 91. That 91's been a pain in the ass all night to whoever the leader is. And he's doing it again here. And again, he cut him off into 3. He moved up off the corner. Now he moved up when 7 tried to enter high to get around him. And this is a chance, Brandon Jones. Come on, man. Maybe he thinks it's a little too early. He didn't take a chance. 7 finally. That 91 is a motherfucker. Who's driving that damn 91? I don't even know. Whoever he is, he's a son of a bitch. 19 lost a lot of ground there to Allgaier. Yeah, Allgaier opened it up. The 91 held up the 19 just as much as he did the 7, because here comes Hill and here comes Noah. Oh boy, Texas is next week. Going to be a football-heavy day that day, don't you think? I will probably barely be. I might not even title the stream about the race. I might say, yeah, we're watching Texas, but we're also watching football because Texas is boring, and it's 500 goddamn miles. Ugh. Texas. But then you get Talladega. Right, ain't Talladega after that, or is it Vegas? I can't remember. I can't remember. I might be thinking of next year's schedule. Probably going to need a caution now or more lap traffic. The only thing helping the 19 right now is the 21 and the 9 racing each other so hard. Jeb Burton's fallen to 20. I think he was top 10 most of the race. Now we got Dale Jr. Cam. Is this the Dale Jr. Nationwide Performance Update? Yeah, Austin Hill's got a good long-run car from the looks of it. The fact that he stayed ahead of Noah tells me all I need to know, because Noah, at this point, is the second-best car in the field. He was third best, but he made sure he wrecked one guy to at least be second best. Yep, Jones's rear tires, I feel like, have gone away. He has no speed off the corner because he's too loose. Austin Hill, though, is ripping the top here, making time. But Allgaier's got a comfortable gap out front, 80 to go. And the 10 car is back. How many laps down is Castle?
Infield, so he can rejoin the race, try to pick up a few positions. The bubble right now is 7 points points up for grabs. So Katzel can come onto the racetrack. He can pass two cars that are out of the race in Ty Gibbs and...
Well, we got a car in the wall. 78. He got off track, though. No caution. I wouldn't have minded a caution here to get this 19 on pit road while he's still in second place. I went from wanting it to go green to now I want a caution.
There's Katzel on the racetrack.
A 1.5 mile dirt track.
He's working himself through there.
Oh, God, them World of Outlaw motherfuckers break the land speed record.
There's the 4, Curry. Behind them, Stephen Parsons at 45.
Ooh, bad spot for the 39 here.
Great job tonight. He's flying too. I think he's almost as fast as the one. The one being the best car on the racetrack in terms of pace. This Stephen Parsons in this 45.
So Sam Mayer's got the fastest car at the moment, but he's kind of a dumbass, and he's in 7th because he's a dumbass.
He's got a great race going. I mean, comes out of here with a few more positions. He doesn't need to do anything else, right? It's already surprised everybody with the pace and the speed that they've done tonight.
Now look at that out running. That's a Gibbs car that's behind them. So really great job by this team and driver tonight. Both of those guys, the 4 and the 45. Great work.
21 got really loose behind the 19 here.
Tonight, a lot of smoke out of the 21.
21 rubbed the fucking tire, the letters off the left front tire. Maybe it'll go down and we'll catch a caution. Oh, God, the 35 squeezed the 19, and he checked up in front of the 21.
Maybe the 35 is coming up the racetrack. It's right front damage, left front damage, nose damage.
Allgaier's got a 2.5 lead.
But everything. But now you got to wonder about that 21. It's going to cool the engine with that type of damage to the front grille. That's Bristol, man. All right, that's Bristol, man. Okay. I'm good with the way it looks. I got no problem with that. But I just wanted to continue to function. It's hurt the handling of this car as well. It's Bristol, man. Let's keep going.
I don't know. Arrow means a little more at Bristol than it does Martinsville. But it looks fine.
Trying to work that high side of
The
racetrack.
nose of the 21.
I'm happy to see that, man. We were watching the truck race yesterday. Everybody on the bottom of the racetrack. Nobody running up here. Skyline. And it's a whole different race tonight. Marty, what you got on this 21?
Noah, I think, is finally going to pass the 21. And not quite, but he's close. 19's in heavy lap traffic right in front of both of them. Noah's clear for third.
They are worried, Junior, about what you mentioned. Is it going to cool the race car? I know it looks okay, but they're worried about the cooling on the race car. That's the biggest concern for the 21. And look at the progress he's made tonight. Up to 4th. This battle for that second spot's been pretty impressive the last 10, 15 laps.
A lot of great racing left. 66 laps to go here at Bristol, the Xfinity race. You're not going to miss a thing. We're going nonstop.
Just waiting. I think if it stays green, Allgaier's got it made. Even though his lead's only about a second, that can disappear with one good lap car clusterfuck. I think tonight's the first time I've ever betted on Brandon Jones. Or even remotely picked him to win a race. Because he's so fucking unremarkable and mid-tier that I never would think to bet on him. Yeah, I think Landon Castle sucks, and I think Daniel Hamrick is mid. I like Hamrick, but he's mid. But Castle, he just sucks. Never been good, never will be good. That ship has sailed. Tonight was not Castle's fault, don't get me wrong, but you know what I mean. Weather-wise, it's been an amazing week here in North Carolina. I can go outside at work on my break and not suffocate in humidity because it's actually felt very nice outside. I'm just hoping it doesn't get too chilly in Bristol tomorrow night, and with the aid of lap traffic, I think Noah's going to clear the 19 here pretty easily.
A busy day tomorrow here. The last great Coliseum countdown to green at 6:30. Then 7:30 Cup Series playoffs. It is a cup race, meaning the bottom 4 in points will be eliminated. It will be then on to the round of 12. We'll all wrap it all up with the NASCAR America Post Race Show at 11 and race for the championship here on USA at 11:30. It's Allgaier who's up front. He's got a 3-second lead over Noah Gregson, who has moved ahead of Brandon Jones now. Jones back to 3rd. Austin Hill is 4th. And Allmendinger, the regular season.
Yeah, Jeb Burton was much better in the 10 last year. It's a shame they couldn't keep him around. But Gibbs kept Brandon Jones around. And Dale Jr. kept Michael Annett employed for like a decade. So life really is not fair.
So we've seen this movie before. As Allgaier told me earlier today, I just want to finish this race.
Allgaier's got a 2.5-second lead.
Our most successful racetrack. We don't have the wins over the last 3 years. So here he is with 53 to go, seemingly in cruise control. Can he make it happen? That's the question.
It was all the way back in 2010, the last time that Allgaier was able to win here. His only win.
Yeah, Allgaier won Bristol in 2010 driving for Penske. Remember that? The Verizon car? The same day they had the old fart race at Bristol and Charlie Glotzback and Larry Pearson almost died. Remember that? No wonder they didn't bring that fucking race back, eh? I think Phil Parsons won that race. If you can even call it a race. Ooh, the 0-2 almost wrecked there. Got doored by the 16. You know, I saw a lot of people in NASCAR understandably complaining that in Cup next season, there's only one off week again. But I was like, you get 3 weeks, though, of Darlington, North Wilkesboro, and Charlotte. That might as well be off weeks. Because you're going to be in North Carolina and in this area for almost a month.
That's a one car Sam there. He just got by Austin Hill. He's driven this thing back up to 6th. This car is fast. He has got a ton of pace.
An aggressive mistake going inside of a 3 wide. Spun him out and put him on pit road, but now he's fighting back, trying to take a...
Sam Mayer. If Sam Mayer can get to about 4th place and catch a caution, we'll see. Bailey Curry still top 10. I'd say his strategy more than paid off. Alfredo's last car on the lead lap in 14th. I knocked the playoffs in Xfinity, but a Kaulig car and an RCR car is going to miss it. Go wreck that 39. Oh, God, I just realized the 39's coming up on the 10 right now. Castle's too good of a guy. He would never. Landon Castle would never even consider doing something like that. So.
This 39 car is 14th or better. Landon Castle is basically stuck in 35th. You can't move any higher. Even if someone wrecks, there's not enough laps to go in the race. So if Ryan C can run 14th or better, and we don't see another new winner, then he would make the playoffs. Oh, that was close.
Tim Herbst. That onboard made that look really scary.
Started really struggling with the last 7 or 8 laps.
Yeah, he's higher than anybody. He's almost right up against the wall in turn 3 and 4. And you'd be surprised at what another foot of racetrack. See how close he is? You'd be surprised at just what another foot or 2 of racetrack will do to your lap time on that high side.
Allgaier's lead is gone. This lap traffic. Unbelievable. Noah's there. Just happened to look up at the ticker. And now you're seeing it on the screen. It's a repeat of 2020. Noah's going to wreck him again. He'll do something stupid. He'll overdrive trying to get by him and take him out or something. Hopefully take himself out. Noah did show a remarkable amount of patience on this run, being stuck behind the 21, being stuck behind the 4, the 19, 07, all that. So maybe he's got a little more tire left if there's any tire fall off to worry about. About to lap the 18. They've lapped up to, yeah. Didn't even realize the 18 had fallen off that hard. There's the 11 in front of them. There's Sam Mayer. Just shot himself in the foot. Excuse me. We go from Bristol to Texas Motor Speedway. Gee, I wish I was on the cruise next week. Wouldn't feel bad about missing that race. That used to be the race that happened when I was on the cruise every year until they switched the schedule around. And now I got to miss Martinsville. Oh, boy. Big stack up of lap cars. Big group of lap cars. Oh, boy. Not good. Allgaier forced to go to the middle, 3 wide. Oh, caution's out. The 66 came up. J.J. Yaley hit Allgaier and spun himself. That might have been the best thing to happen to Justin Allgaier right there. He was clearly not as fast as Noah. This lap traffic was out of control. And what's with J.J. Yaley trying to wreck leaders running for a championship in NASCAR races? I don't understand.
And now a restart, a real sprint to the end of this one.
What a great lack of awareness by J.J. Yaley. But I think this caution's a good thing for Allgaier. And it's good for Brandon Jones as well, who fires off really good on shorter runs. Allgaier's lucky he didn't get spun there. Now, 2 tires or 4. What do you want? I'm going to say 4. But you never know.
Doing all he can. Daily down the racetrack. Just contact.
And it was just a car length that separated the 7 and the 9.
Yeah, the 9 really put the pressure on towards the end of the run. That's some of what you're seeing, right? I mean, the 7 can't be patient in traffic anymore because a little bit of a checkup and the 9's going to be there. So we see JJ climbing out. It's nice to see.
Steve, you mentioned whether to pit or not.
That's the challenge, right? Let 12 cars on the lead lap.
Only 12 on the lead lap.
Definitely coming.
Yeah, and this cleanup's gonna take a little.
I don't understand.
But a little bit, and
I really don't understand what to make of the tire wear here, because my instincts of 20 some odd years of watching this, a late caution on a short track, pit, but unless there's like 2 or 3 to go. Remember Keselowski and like 20, whatever it was when they gave the win to Kyle Busch, whatever year it was, 2019, I think. That's different. Well, we're going to have like 20 plus laps here, and there's only 12 on the lead lap. I think you got to pit. If I'm wrong, sue me, but I say pit. 4 tires. Maybe. Either way, I think I'm pitting.
The question is, do you take 4 or 2? 2 didn't seem to work very good for the 19, right, Jeff? You took 2 and you got really
2 worked for the 2.
So I think you have to take 4 tires.
yeah, I think so too. This makes me nervous for Sieg. Everything was going perfectly for him. Only 12 cars in the lead lap. He's looking great. Gonna finish well enough to move into the playoffs. And now, what's gonna happen is this gonna let a lot of people back into the lead lap. If the leaders pit, some will stay out and get the lead lap, get back in the lead lap.
Oh, Jeff, I'd stay out if I was running.
Wow. Noah's going to stay out. I hope everybody but Noah pits. I hope everybody but Noah pits. All guys are pitting. Noah stays out. Everybody but Noah pitted. Come on, my odds are good now. Everybody but the asshole pitted. We'll see.
That didn't let anybody back in the lead lap. Dylan.
So here's AJ Allmendinger. He said, we're here to win, and we're not going to win like we are right now. So
like I said, I'm not sure what to make of these tires and all, but Noah stayed out and literally everybody else pitted.
They came in to try to make the winning move. They don't have anything to lose. They've already got the championship wrapped up, so they're here to win.
On the spin, Justin Allgaier said that was 3 wide, not much I could do there. He said the longer I went, the tighter I got. Balance-wise, so you can
Maybe fresh tires will do the 7 some favors. He said he was getting tighter the longer they ran. Maybe this will reset everything for him. Oh, you ain't got to pass nobody. You just run them over. That's the beauty of Bristol. Hard to pass. Yeah, run them over. Sieg having the race of his life on the lead lap at Bristol after a long run with only 12 on the lead lap, and he's one of them. Pretty remarkable. Be right back. Yeah, Bailey Curry on the lead lap. What a great night for him. I think it was obvious the 7 and the 19 needed to pit. They were falling off. Noah was the only car that didn't seem to fall off that much. Oh, Justin Allgaier too fast on pit road. Oh, Brandon Jones going to win. fucking hell, Brennan. Justin Allgaier sped on pit road.
Still no one. I bring that up because while Justin Allgaier absolutely...
Read my lips. Justin Allgaier too fast on pit road. There's only 13 cars on the lead lap, but he's got to go tail into the longest line with 21 to go. Fuck. Well, either Noah or Brandon Jones is going to win.
Maybe that little bit of information would have Allgaier a little bit lower. Now, you don't expect your driver to speed, but a little bit of help might have helped. Let's see what the 7 had to say on the radio.
That won't happen. I'll tell you when I get in there, but I still don't think I was speeding. Dang it.
All right, so he said he knows what happened, so I'm not sure.
The 7 is cursed at Bristol.
Or the engine ran a little rough, right? We've kind of seen all that, right, Jeff? Like, this place can get really difficult to run speed. Marty.
And on the radio, Justin Allgaier just said a moment ago, it ain't over yet. You see Jason Burnett looking over the speeding and where it happened. It was section 2 and 3, as you mentioned.
We'll get some cautions, and they'll get the line back up in that top 10, maybe.
No way, right?
I'm never willing to say no way, but it would be an impressive run in 20 laps.
So, Steve, I hear what you're saying, but when you just were battling for the lead, and you look in the mirror and you know who's behind you, you know not to speed right there.
Okay, like so that's helped, because as a driver, I have never had that situation.
The minute the 9 didn't hit, there's so many lap cars between you, the 9, like you know at that point, okay, I can give up some time on pit road.
Yeah, and Andy DeHunt, he's an ace on the roof. Make no mistake, he does Chase Elliott, has a championship under the belt. You know, it's just, and I'm not, listen, it's the driver who has
Yeah, I think Gregson probably wins. If the 7 didn't speed, I would say Allgaier still wins, but now it's probably going to be Noah. We have 20 laps. Everybody but Noah pitted, but there's not that much tire fall off, not as much as I would like for a short track.
Again, a reminder, it's 30 miles per hour on pit road. You get that 5-mile-an-hour buffer. Here we go.
And Noah fucking blisters the 19 on the restart. Oh, jeez. Got to get up on him. He's got old tires. You got the freshies. Make it happen. 19 can't clear the 21. These two idiots are going to just race hard. Noah's going to drive off.
Gregson trying to pull away. Coming up on 18 laps to go.
They battle for second.
Clear, 19. Clear. Never mind. He got loose. What a save by Brandon Jones. 9's going to get DQ'd. And I don't mean Dairy Queen. Jones finally clears 21, but he ain't going to run down Noah. Fresh tires or not. He ain't got the speed to hold off the 21. He can't separate the 21. He's clear, but... Oh, AJ in the wall. He saves it. Sam Mayer in the top 5 now.
Over 90 green flag laps on the 9 cars' tires, yet he's still out there in the lead.
Here comes Sam Mayer in the 1.
And the fastest car on the racetrack on 90-lap tires.
Yeah, why would you ever change them?
There's Allmendinger almost up into the wall.
Nah, he touched the wall, but he didn't knock it down.
We saw that 45 of Parsons run.
Oh, Mayer again almost wrecked.
Almost lost it.
Looking back from Hertz. Here comes Josh Berry once again in the 8. Gregson, almost a second lead over.
Well, no, I got a gift tonight with the 7 speeding.
All right, that time, Brandon Jones ran the fastest lap.
Not enough time. Brandon Jones going to just run out of time.
Find the pace.
He's got 12 laps. I'll say he's got 10 good ones to get there, but I think he'll just he'll run out of time. Yeah, but I don't think Brandon Jones needs yellows. He needs it to run here because Noah launches on this restart. Short run, Noah has the advantage. Longer it goes, 19's slightly better, I think, especially on the fresher tires.
Career night for Stephen Parsons in the 45.
And the 19 will run through this motherfucker to win if he can just get there.
Is there enough time?
Michael, I'm going to finish second again. 10 to go. I'm going to finish second again. I'm either going to finish second or wreck trying to win.
I think at Bristol once. That's what you do here sometimes.
Well, Brandon's going to have to get aggressive because you're not going to just drive underneath him.
He's gaining a tenth a lap. There's 9 to go. He's 5/10 off. And there's the tail end of the field.
He's still gaining on him.
There's also a little
Them tires are finally coming into play now that they've got up to speed and the pressures are up.
8 laps to go.
My heart's pounding, Michael. My heart is pounding.
Noah's struggling right now.
Oh, boy. My heart is pounding. Michael, are we going to get it done tonight? Are we going to win some money tonight? Now you've caught him. Now how the fuck are you going to pass him? You're only going to be able to get it done on the outside. Put the bumper to him. Put the bumper to him.
Interesting, these two cars racing.
Come on, baby. Win me money. I don't even care that you're racing a dickhead I don't like. Just win me money.
Gregson moves to the Cup Series. Here he comes.
Gotta make the move here. Gotta make the move.
You're there.
6 to go. All the way up the race.
It's so hard to pass.
Jones.
You're going to have to hit him.
The pressure on him, trying to get that car up out of the racetrack into the outside wall, trying to get him to slip up into the debris.
Oh, boy, lap cars. Noah really checked up into one. 19 cut him a break. He nudged him, but he could have just plowed through him. Noah really checked up there with those lap cars.
Coming up on 4 laps to go.
Brandon Jones, be a fucking man. You're pissing me off. You're clearly faster. Be a fucking man. 4 to go.
Good, but it doesn't help you pass. Here, in the corner exit.
You're pissing me off because you're not being a man. This is why I've never liked Brandon Jones. Never liked him. You're not a man. Until you win this race, you are not a man. You're not a man. Those little tiny baby bumps ain't going to get it done, kid.
Coming up on 2 laps to go.
That's not going to get it done.
Brandon Jones, 1 win in 2022. Noah Gregson, 5 wins. 2 laps.
Don't go to the bottom. It ain't going to happen. You ain't going to get it down the bottom. You're going to have to drive through him, you fucking idiot. You're going to have to drive through him. You're going to have to wreck him. White flag. This is the only way. You're not going to pass him straight up. You tried. You're not going to get it done. Noah's going to send it off in the corner here. It's over. I fucking hate Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones is a goddamn loser. How do you not win that fucking race, you fucking idiot? You are a fucking loser. You're way faster and you can't get around him. You don't even try to move him. You give him like a couple of little nudges and try to pass him clean and say, oh, well, it's over. What a fucking loser. Yeah, put him in the 9 next year. Fucking bum. Literally takes money out of my pocket because he has no balls. Ryan Sieg's playoff bound and Brandon Jones has no testicles. What a fucking moron. Once again, oh, everybody race Noah clean, race Noah clean. And then Noah's going to just crash you the first chance he gets. I don't understand. It's Joey Logano syndrome. Everybody races Joey clean as fuck. Everybody races Noah clean as fuck. And then they just fucking junk your shit. God, Brandon Jones is a fucking bum. Yeah, would have won $40 if Brandon Jones had a pair of testicles between his legs. Like, I'm actively pissed off at Brandon Jones for being a dumb fuck. You choke the... First of all, you blow the fucking restart, and it's not even fucking close. Your car's good enough to run him back down, and you're just like, oh, whatever. Fucking asswap. This is why Brandon Jones has never been a good driver and will never be a good driver. He's a fucking loser. He can only win races if the 2 cars in front of him crash. The dude can't win on his own because this is what he does when it comes down to him on his own. He has no fucking balls. He literally has no balls. And Dale Jr. just did mention, yeah, Brandon's taking the 9 next year. I don't give a fuck. You've signed the contract. The car is yours. Now take the win. Just, what a wimp. Same with Ty at Pocono. What a fucking wimp. Be a fucking man. You know, we don't like Joey Logano, but at least he has some balls behind the wheel. There you go, Noah. Junk the car in your fucking burnout so it passes inspection. That car was a little suspect.
He puts everything into the race. And you know he's going to be out of breath. You know he's going to be struggling here when
Noah gets out of the car, throws up again, drops dead of dehydration on the front stretch. Tragedy has struck. Now he's doing the Michael Waltrip celebration, which is convenient because that's probably the ceiling for his Cup career, Michael Waltrip. And he did. Ew, look at his pants. Look at his pants. What is wrong with this dude? How do you explain this? How do you how does this guy race? How's he going to last in Cup? He fucking puked on himself again. That was disgusting. What in the fuck? You got to remember to breathe, dumbass. Got a dumbass won the race and an even bigger dumbass and a pussy let him have it.
So nervous. Look at him. That's why he looks like he's always so out of breath at the end of these races, because he doesn't breathe.
This dude's going to die inside a Cup car without even wrecking.
There's a little water.
So weird. This dude's a fucking freak. And not in a good way.
To grab the checkered flag. And with his team, they'll work their way up to the fence.
Drivers are athletes, and you look at somebody like Noah Gragson, future NASCAR Myth. Like I said, he did the Michael Waltrip roof hat celebration, and that's the ceiling for his career. Anyway, I got to go because I got to go play online with my friends like I do every Friday night, and I'm actually well rested enough to do so for once. So, I'll see you guys Sunday. We'll watch football. Tomorrow night, I'll be in Bristol. I'll try to post a video of driver intros or something. I'll give you something. Good night. Godspeed.